It's the role of government in the aftermarket on this episode of Apex TV 360. We're bringing in an expert to explain how the latest regulation and legislation is affecting you. Plus, Apex's Mobility Park addresses alternative fuels.
Electric drive, natural gas, propane, ethanol, biodiesel, hydrogen.
The valuable lessons shop techs can learn from this stripped-down Prius. Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Bottom for Apex TV 360. We're living in a time where we're more connected than ever, and our vehicles are no exception to that. So what happens to all of this information, and most importantly, who has the rights to it? We're diving into the access and control of vehicle data and embedded software with Aaron Lowe, Senior Vice President of Regulatory and Government Affairs for Auto Care Association. So, let's start with vehicle data. Where do we currently stand on this issue?
New vehicles, late model vehicles, send a huge amount of data, which right now is only available to the new car manufacturers. And this data carries a lot of health-related information for the vehicle and also provides a lot of information that would be helpful to the independent aftermarket in improving the efficiency of the supply chain.
So then what's being done to make this information available to the aftermarket?
So our industry is working very hard to, both from a technical standpoint and also from a public policy standpoint, to make sure data is available to independent repair shops if the consumer wants it to go to send it to them.
Now there's another issue the aftermarket is facing when it comes to access and control: embedded software. Most parts on late model cars have software that controls vehicle functions. A fairly new law called the Digital Millennium Copyright Act may prohibit consumers and independent shops from accessing or repairing any parts with embedded software.
AutoCare has petitioned the Copyright Office to have an exemption both for the consumer doing the repairs, but also third parties that perform repairs for the consumer. And we're also working to ensure that tool companies and parts companies who provide services to car owners and to independent shops also have the ability to access that software.
Apex TV will continue following developments on these issues and other trends in Washington. Be sure to watch our next episode, where we're discussing the latest developments in the North American Free Trade Agreement with Ann Wilson, Senior Vice President of Government Affairs with MEMA. Even as the industry works to gain full access to vehicle data and embedded software, the aftermarket is still innovating to stay ahead of the curve. This Let's Tech session at Apex 2017 touched on connected car services and how the aftermarket can benefit from them. Ben Johnson explained Mitchell 1's new shop management system feature that can reach out to 8 million cars on the road today. Even for those who don't have a shop management system like this, Johnson said it's all about communicating with your customers.
It's about telling your customers you speak connected car. I think it's 11 million vehicles that have some sort of aftermarket device on them. So, okay, when you call for an appointment, look at your device. Is it telling you anything that I should know? Because the whole key to telematics in the aftermarket is if I know at the shop level what's going on with your car, then I can take some preemptive action on it.
Another hot topic addressed at Apex was alternative fuel, and a very special training tool is our feature for this month's Apex TV Technology Spotlight. It may look like half a car, but this modified Toyota Prius is still operational. It was featured at Apex 2017's Mobility Park and was designed by the National Alternative Fuels Training Consortium. It's used to train technicians, first responders, tow truck drivers, and more on proper methods for working on alternative fuel vehicles without having to remove all of the interior panels.
It was learned early on in the industry that, yeah, we can work on the cars. What about the people that have to work with the cars in the case of an automobile incident? Because alternative fuel vehicles are not any more hazardous than a standard car, they're just different. And teaching those people the difference is the core of what we do.
NAFTC hopes to return to Apex 2018 and bring even more AFV technologies to the Mobility Park. Keep an eye on apexshow.com for more details in the coming months. With great features like the Mobility Park, Let's Tech Sessions, and more. There are big benefits for buyers and suppliers alike at Apex. So you're gonna wanna write this down. Apex 2018 is October 30th through November 1st at the Sands Expo in Las Vegas. If you're exhibiting, don't miss your chance to learn best practices for maximizing your Apex ROI at the Exhibitor Booth Camp. Back by popular demand is a session devoted to what buyers are looking for at Apex. A panel of representatives from major retail chains will divulge the secrets to successfully interacting with attendees and getting business done. But wait, it gets better. This event is free and you have 2 opportunities to attend. The first will be held on June 26th in Detroit at the Mala campus. The second will be on June 28th at the Sands Expo in Las Vegas. ApexShow.com is your source for more information on this can't-miss event. And social media is your source for engaging with all things Apex right now. Excited about attending? Tell us why using the hashtag Apex18. What if you're featuring a cool new product or service at your booth? Share the details using the hashtag Apex18. You want to say hi to the Apex TV team or get your idea featured in an episode? You guessed it. Reach out using the hashtag Apex18. I look forward to hearing from you. That's a wrap on this edition of Apex TV 360. I'm Kimberly Bottom. See ya.